one.
Welcome to 2.5 Citizens Podcast.
I'm Zen.
It's Pabs.
We're not on the yard today. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, we're not on the yard. We got stumped out the yard actually because of technical difficulties. That's also
and can I just say we be paying for the yard to like not even be like I'm thinking we should start shopping.
I think so too.
Like we may need to be free agents.
Unless Yard comes at us and says, "Hey, y'all can use our platform for free,"
and like we're gonna fix all these bugs.
Here's the coupon code to like.
Here's a wireless router, like something. You know what I mean? Like here's a Wi-Fi extender because
here's the extendo clip.
That's what I'm saying. So I just want to point that out there.
Here's the switch for the hood.
That's crazy.
What?
No, that's crazy. That's wild. Anyways, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, for starters, we have a list of topics here,
and we do want to point out Ruben is not with us because one, I was late. I was hella late because I was hella late. A lot of it was my fault. All of it was my fault.
You were about to start. I saw you about to start pushing the blame. You were like, no. Most of it was my fault, except I'm just going to take it. All of it
was my fault. And then we had all these tech issues. So Ruben had some stuff he needed to take care of. So,
and you would think with him being in tech that he would have just solved it via AI or something.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
But you know what? This is the thing, and this is actually what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to really get this out here because...
Tell me.
Because
you're about to complain, and I want to hear it.
No. My thing has been that, like, you know, when we have Ruben in here, it's kind of like, yo, he's really, like, into the whole tech world. Like, I really feel like having a smart point of view like that is really something that's, like, positive for us. Mm-hmm. But now, I was just looking. Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Passed the bar exam.
Yo.
It passed hella medical exams.
Oh, wait. I did see that. I saw that. Yeah.
It passed hella medical exams.
Apparently, it didn't get, like, like, it didn't pass, like, outstandingly, but it passed. Yeah, that's insane. But, I mean, Ruben did say that as long as you feed it information, it's going to keep learning.
Yeah, so with that being said, I think we haven't decided who, but someone might need to be replaced for an AI. That just might be what it is. I mean, if you feed it humorous material, if you feed it, you know, all of Andrew Tate's, you know, greatest hits.
I'm glad that you brought up Andrew Tate because, I mean, one... If you don't know, I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say it on the pod because you didn't give me an actual phone call. So I'm going to spoil it.
Whoa. What's going on? Well, I didn't call you about what?
You didn't call me to let me know anything. You just let me find out from your fridge.
Okay, so I mean, it's on the socials now, so I guess we can talk about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've been crazy.
It's on the same place. It's on the same place that like we be promoting the pod. So it's like
okay, yeah. I mean, I really wasn't gonna like blow the spot up like that.
It is what it is. It is what it is. So okay. What I will say is, I now have the same label. Will have the same label as the late and great Kobe Bryant.
I told you to stay out of helicopters.
I am planning on getting on various helicopters. I have them scheduled. I've been looking at the cloudiest conditions because when there are cloudier conditions, it's cheaper.
Okay, this is getting disrespectful.
No, it's just cheaper to get a ride whenever, you know, under those certain circumstances. So I've been, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can never miss a good deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Come on. So I've been seeing the deals. Mountainous, cloudy conditions, ideal. Helicopter pilots really know what they're doing. But with that being said...
Yo, you're crazy.
Bro, first of all...
With that being said...
No. What's wild to me is that you write these scripts for me. You hand me these pieces of paper and you say, Zen, say this. I think it'd be hilarious. And then I say these things. I'm like, all right, I'll do what you say, Pablo. You know, do these creative things. And then I'm the one that looks crazy every single time. So I just don't understand.
Well, when I'm writing these scripts, man, you're the one that tells me that I don't mind being the bad guy. I want to be the edgy. I want to be the center of attention. I get it.
So
I write your part the way you want it, man.
He pulled up into the chat, said, "We got a girl dad in the building." Just announced me to the whole pod staff, and I'm like, because okay, like,
yeah, I had to blow the spot up twice because
let's explain how this all even happened. So. Yeah. I was like, it's like at that point where like, you know, but like you just ain't supposed to like tell people that you know.
And which is fine.
And so,
I didn't
no.
nobody.
So I'm at that place where I'm like asking my girl, like, yo, who's on, like, who can I tell at this point? Like, like who can know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we start figuring out who can know, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, I feel like Pablo can know, but like, I got to make it a little more fun for him. So like, I was just at the point where like I had the ultrasounds on the fridge and I'm like, all right, once you pop in and see them hoes, it's going to be a wrap. Tell me why this boy looks at him and goes, oh my God. So like, what? Like he was like genuinely surprised in like a oh shit type of way.
I like reverted back to high school.
That's crazy, dude. Like
No,
you're almost 30 here.
No, hey,
you pushing 30 over here talking about like, damn, bro, you gonna keep it? You asked me if I was gonna keep it, dog.
That was a joke.
That was a crazy thought. We live in Texas, dog. You really was like, hey, yo, I got some people in Oklahoma. Like, you can chill there for. Like, you was really trying to help me with the escape plan, which I thought was crazy.
No.
I
So
thought it was a wild.
No, you know, so like like when you hang out with like. It's like since we've been homies since high school, there's some things that just like sometimes like didn't go away.
You still think you're in high school on the low, kind of?
Yeah, like when we hang out together, it like feels sometimes like that. Like about certain things, like when we went to go skate for my bachelor party, it was like we were back in time, except we all are old and it sucked.
Yeah, we were all out of breath and shit. I was sweating way too hard.
Yeah, but so
ridiculous.
Like
I couldn't play skate. No, it was crazy.
Yeah. So like when I saw it, I was like, well, my first thought was, I mean, this could be anybody's, and you didn't tell me you guys were trying, so I was just like, oh, like.
Can we just talk about how weird it is to tell people you trying?
No, we'll be homies.
No. Like, I get it, but like at the end of the day, like you just say this like very loose word, so it don't.
I mean,
so you don't just say, "Hey, yo, we nuttin'."
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you just gotta like, instead of saying like, "Yo, we just actively like." Nuttin', you know what I mean?
You don't have to say like that.
Well, exactly. What we're saying, you're going to all your family like, we're trying. You're like, you're telling dads and shit like, yo, we trying. So you just actively nutting to my daughter right now.
Yo,
so what you're telling me right now, what you're telling me right now, and they're supposed to feel proud about them. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud that you just actively nutting in my daughter right now.
You're insane.
No, but like that seems crazy. Like, how am I supposed to? Like, I thought about that going up to my girl's dad, being like, "Hey, yo, dude, like, we trying. I just want to let you know, my intentions with your daughter right now are to nut in her."
Oh my God,
that's what you wanted me to say, dude.
Yo.
So you wanted me to come up to you and be like, "Hey, yo, dog, we trying what? To nut in? Like what?
No,
bro, like
you could have just been like, yo, like. I may be a dad by July. I don't know. Like,
well, that's the thing too. Is also that was also the problem too. Is that in the beginning of us trying, we're out here, right?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know how this shit works. Like this, you know,
because it's like you spent so many years trying to like not.
you spent so many years not trying.
Yeah.
Then
that's what came over me when I read the name and I said, Lucia Rocha. I was like, then I like reverted back to 16 and I said, yo, shit, bro, have you told your moms yet? Like.
Anyways, this is how this whole thing goes. Is like, and I'm gonna tell you the inner Mexican me that's like, I'm gonna take advantage of a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you just gotta take advantage of a situation. So actively trying, and it didn't just out the blue like off rip happen. So you're just like, how does this work? So that's why you can't really be like, yo, I'm maybe a. I see
what you're saying. I see what you're saying because you don't
know when the time frame's gonna be. Now you're scheduling shit. Now you're looking at charts. You want apps and shit. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So then
you had to find out what ovulation meant.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. SZA was telling me a little bit about that on her most recent album. So I was like, okay, at a moment, you know what I mean? And it's mad early and you're like a few months in and you're like, can I even?
You know, I will give this to you because that is a weird thing to say to someone now that I'm thinking about it. Because also,
like you actively like,
I mean, that's like when I came back from my honeymoon and then Roman goes, so did y'all use condoms or like, what was it like?
And you're like, what am I supposed to say?
I'm not talking to you.
Right. So I'm just supposed to like go up to people and be like, hey, dog, we trying. And then now you have to think about what that is. Like you have to think about the idea of what that is. And then so even if you're just trying on mat, like you can't, there's no painting pictures and shit like that. Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I don't even, we're going to talk about this afterwards.
Yeah. You could have just been like, bro, I'm emptying my clips.
Huh?
You could have just been like, bro, I'm emptying my clips.
That sounds crazier, dog. You want me to say, yo, you know what, bro? You know what? In honor of Alec Baldwin, I ain't fucking with blanks. No. Yo, you really want me to say that? You want me to be like
crazy? But
Alec
also,
Baldwin,
can we talk about how like he posted that
the 1 year anniversary?
The 1 year anniversary was crazy, and then I guess the courts looked at that and said, "Huh, maybe we should have done something."
No, they was actively investigating the shit.
Okay,
Homeboy had said I didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah,
and the investigators said, yeah, you did.
How else would this have happened?
They're like, no, we looked at the gun and like everything tested the shit. The trigger has to be pulled to do what you did.
Yeah, right.
So, but with that being said, to finish up this, because I do want to get into that.
Yeah.
To finish up all this, it is one of those things where you're just like, so is that even a possibility? Like, do you know? So it wasn't even that. It was just like a few months, and then like things worked out, and then we go down the path, and we're like, all right, cool.
I'm just saying, when you find out the gender,
I'm in a neighborhood now. I'm in a neighborhood now.
Potentially, actually, you found out the gender, but like not really. Like, how does that work in 23 now? Like, was the doctor even allowed to say it because the baby doesn't know what it wants to be yet?
All I know, this is what I know. I mean, I don't necessarily know the gender. I just know the chromosomes.
But is that like...
I did genetic testing and they basically said XX.
But like, dude, like that sounds very bigoted of you. Like,
no, I know. I get that because I don't know like what I'm going to say. All I'm saying is scientifically about what they've said at the moment.
Bro, when it comes to gender, you don't trust the science, bro.
Oh, you're right. Well, what had happened is I did my own research. And then according to like movements and like the way my girl's feeling, like we just identified what they identify as usually by those symptoms.
But you're open to the idea.
Open to the idea. Yeah. Everything's neutral. Everything's all the stuff we buy is neutral. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna show up with a baby vomit onesie that just a neutral. Like,
right.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. So, tell me if this is wild.
Okay.
Because now we're starting to buy things.
Yeah.
And I live in a neighborhood now, so like we got garage sales around this bitch.
Yeah.
Drove around, saw a garage sale. I was like, hey, look at that brand new, non-put together crib. Like, shit brand new, shit like completely.
At least it looked at you like you was crazy, huh?
No. It was like a brand new crib. I'm looking at it, and they were like, I'm like talking to them. We like, we vibing and all this stuff. She like looking, there's two garage sales next to each other. She looking at other garage sale stuff. And he was like, yeah, no, it's brand new. It ain't never been used. It ain't even been put together. And I was like, sick.
Is it FDA approved though?
I think so. I think the FDA fucks with it.
Okay.
And homeboy tells me, I'm excited. I'm like, yeah, no, it's her first. You know what I'm saying? It's our first. So we like, looking for stuff. We buying shit. He goes,
Yeah.
I feel you, bro. We've been trying for about 10 years.
Oh.
Buying in faith.
Oh.
He said, we got a whole room full of stuff. This is just, we bought new stuff. So we're like circulating out older stuff that we've already bought.
Oh.
So like none of this, like it's just.
So did he just like walk away out of this awkward ass conversation?
Nah, I bought the crib, dog.
Like you pity bought it?
Nah, it was a good ass deal, bro.
I mean, yeah.
Shit was brand new, bro. Shit was a good ass deal. On the contrary, bro, I negotiated, no. I negotiated.
You're such a piece of shit, dog.
I said, hey, so since you ain't gonna be using this, take 5 off of it. I'll take it right now. You take Zelle, and then you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, take a 0 off.
We got a crib though, so that's what I'm saying. Yo, we good though. Hey, is that crazy?
That's a little brazy.
Is it though?
Are you gonna get that camera thing for the car to like monitor the baby while you're driving?
Possibly.
It like sounds ridiculous, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, no, that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Are you gonna be a helicopter pops or no?
It is a balance where I need them to, in my opinion, learn lessons through life, but I need to be there to like
soften them a little.
Nah, to basically like when you need somebody, don't feel like you're alone. I got you. And then,
but also you shouldn't touch the stove.
Here's my thought: is that I feel like I'm gonna act like I'm not a helicopter parent.
Yeah.
As I'm helicoptering.
Yeah. I will say though, like I always like love the relationship you have with your moms, where like even when we were in high school, like you would always like be very open with her. Which
I think is a positive. You really want to try to build that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting, dog. So it's going to be interesting. So baby dropping soon. Not like falling or anything like that.
You should have an album cover.
But let's get into a few topics here. For starters, I want to talk about Family Guy. They're under fire right now.
For what?
So it's actually an older episode, and I guess it just kind of resurfaced.
See, okay. Here's the thing, bro. Like, when it comes to old things, like, there's so because there's like a bunch of South Park episodes that if you look back, it's like super. They're like by today's standards, it would never be put out.
So this is the clip. This is what it sounds like.
Okay. I think I've seen this episode.
Sunday. Perfect day to dangle my feet in the pool with the other heavier wives. Loose burger meat on a sunny day. This is nice, isn't it, Beverly? Bev, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Well, then say it.
You guys, the Dylans just had the best idea. What do you say we all go to Coachella with a Q, Quahog's 3-day music festival?
Oh, music festival, huh? You think the Von Trapps will stick around to pick up their award this time?
I don't know about them, but they're gonna have holograms of Tupac and also Nipsey Hussle, who I'd never heard of and then was told to care immensely about.
So this was the Dylans' idea?
Now, that is the clip of where everyone goes, whoa, 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 whoa. So I look online, and the unfortunate truth is that that's a lot of people's experience.
That was a lot of people's experiences.
A lot of people were like, yo, I had no idea who Nipsey Hussle was, but goddamn, apparently he was mad influential and mad important and mad respected in the game.
Yeah.
And, like, we should care about him.
Well, and they're making fun of, like, hipster white people that.
But the problem is that here's the thing, I think, by what I'm seeing, and, like, half the people are like, yo, I felt the same way, like, that's my experience. Mm-hmm. The other half of people, for one, who go, you didn't know who Nipsey Hussle was, that's on you. Mm-hmm. Meaning, like, you guys are part of the problem, right? Which is where the joke is coming from. Sure. But at the same time, when it's Seth MacFarlane doing this, people are looking at him to be like, you're not with the culture and you're not culturally in tuned enough to make a comment joke like on that or joke on that like that, because you don't understand his influence on the culture in our community, like you know, talking about the black community when they're the ones responding to this. So being like some guy who's doing this is always making wild, crazy, off-colored shit.
Sure.
The whole Cleveland epidemic, all that shit.
Right.
It's a tough one because to me, it's like, the problem is, did the joke hit?
Right.
Right? Like, was the joke funny enough?
Right. Because when you're going to push the line, it's like, what makes it art is if it's genuinely funny. And
I don't know if it was that hard hitting. I mean,
it was a chuckle. It was a chuckle.
I was like, ha. You know what I mean? I was like, hey.
So, like, that actually reminds me of this podcast clip that I found of these guys saying that the term Edgar is now becoming racist. And then they brought up, like, this other clip of these, like, Edgars hanging out, and then a police car is, like, right there, and then the police over the sirens play, like, the Edgar. And I honestly, when I saw that clip they were talking about, I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, it's just, like, I don't know. And I don't know if you can compare it to that. I don't think you can, but it's like...
Here's where it comes down to. Are there white cops doing it? Because then that's where it's crazy. If it's Hispanic people making fun of their own Hispanic people because we are the ones that kind of identified that, then that's where it kind of goes into. And that's the same thing with this, where it's kind of like, to a lot of the people on Black Twitter, they're like, yo, Seth, you can't make this fucking joke.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. MacFarlane, that's not your place to make that joke. But at the same time, sometimes it's funny. Also, I mean, if there's black writers, it's not like he's writing everything. You know what I mean?
Right,
if there's black writers, then idealistically, then that's where that can come from. So it's like...
It's a give or take, right?
I mean, at the same time, it's just whatever. If people feel that they want to, like, respond to something like that, then they can.
Mm-hmm. So, I thought it was going to be something wilder, I ain't going to lie. Because I feel like they've done worse stuff.
Right. I definitely do feel like they've done worse stuff. That's the reason why sometimes I'm wondering, like, what's even going on? You know what I mean? Like, what are we even really tripping about?
Right.
But with that being said, now, I mean, you've been talking lately about, like, I don't know what's going on in the world. Like, now, Karen, I think we have to be careful with saying Karen because, you know, we might be offending certain people. Edgar's going crazy out here. I feel like people were able to say things about white people, but now even that's changing. Mm-hmm. And that all leads me to wonder that if any of this has anything to do with the fact that the Earth's core is rotating in the opposite direction all of a sudden.
What the fuck are you saying?
You ain't been hearing about that?
No.
So the world, right? It's like a sphere.
Is it? I thought it was.
I
thought you
have been told it's a sphere.
I thought you subscribed to Hollow Theory.
No. Well, that's the thing. So
Okay.
inside the Earth
Uh-huh.
is a big ass metal ball,
Yes. Science.
right?
Right.
Now that hoe spinning backwards.
I mean,
It's spinning opposite.
Well, what if it identifies as something else?
Regardless, it's spinning
Okay, it's
in
spinning
the
is
opposite
spin-
direction.
Is it
So
spinning
before
on?
it was spinning with the Earth.
Yeah.
Now it's spinning against the Earth. So the Earth going this way.
So are we going back in
way.
time?
My thought is that we're moonwalking across the Earth right now. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that, when everybody talks about the pendulum swinging, I think that's the actual pendulum. People don't actually talk about what it is. But when they're like, yo, we've overcorrected the pendulum swinging back, I think that's the pendulum. So personally, I think the Earth got its own pendulum.
Damn. So you think the Earth is like, yo, I'm tired of y'all. Like, y'all are just being too reckless. I need to switch up. And I need to spin on y'all because y'all are my ops because y'all don't take care of me.
God did.
God did. God did.
Yo, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I feel like God did.
Yeah.
Everyone's freaking out now because it was, I think some Beijing scientists that were figuring this out. So
I mean, what does that mean for us?
that's the thing is I don't
Because if it
think
doesn't
anyone.
mean anything,
I
then
don't think it means anything because now what they're thinking is that it's just been doing this.
Yeah, I mean,
So I guess when they like checked it out, maybe at one point it was like not doing it, and now all of a sudden it's doing it. So people were kind of like, "Oh, I think it just does this."
yeah.
So we don't really know. Everyone's freaking out though. Everyone's like, "Yo, I think it's gonna mean that we like going back in time. I think this means it's a simulation and it's resetting." I feel like the lizard people are in there crawling. Now, some of these I just made up right now on the spot, but some of these things.
Yeah, I mean, I could see all of that. I could literally see all of that.
So, there's.
Yo, what if a cult comes out because of that joke? Because I think that's how all of these like things happened, right? It's like someone made a funny joke, and then there's
someone that's like, yo, he might be onto something. Though.
And then there was some dumbass that was like, he might be onto something.
Speaking of that word you just used, did you watch that 90's show?
Yes.
Why'd you deep sigh like that at me?
Because I watched the whole thing. I watched it with Elvira, and I grew up watching the 70's show.
Me too.
Yeah, we had the same vibe growing up. So, and Ruben grew up watching this show too, so I'm kind of sad he's not here to give his 2 cents. But I'm glad that we could talk about it because we both already finished it and we won't be spoiling for him. So here's.
You don't think he's seen it yet?
No, he's seen parts of it. He hasn't finished it.
Oh, okay.
So like his girl didn't work. Like she didn't grow up watching it, so she didn't care about it. So he's just watching it on his own,
Damn.
But like, so this is my first critique of the show, of the 90's show.
Okay.
One, I think it's amazing how the old characters came in and were able to just like bring the magic back. Like, I don't know how they just switched. Like, it's been years, bro, and they just even the actors are older.
I think they were working on it. Fez was posted this thing where he's like been working on this accent back for a little bit, trying to get the accent back.
Yeah, and like but like I'm talking about like Red and Kitty, like they did not miss a beat, bro. Like they are on it, and I think they carried the show. Which in the original they didn't carry the show. Like everyone brought something to it, and I think the kids cast thing is just like. It's just the same, like, trying to be woke Disney crap.
But it's only one. It's one gay person and like one mixed ambiguous person.
But it's like that's not what like honestly.
And technically,
when he comes out as gay to them, bro. Even in the 90's, they would not have been cool with him.
You
just
don't think so?
realistically, no. Realistic, like real talk in Minnesota.
No, but if you homeboy was like mad
in
gay
Wisconsin?
off rip, because here's the problem. Here's what I think you're failing to realize. This is the summer, okay? So,
yo, you forget.
No, I'm explaining.
Even when we were kids, like, how crazy people used to talk.
Summer, right? So, like in that 70's show, the idea of it is like mainly they're in school. They're in this little town in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
But like you did see the jocks, but you would see that like Kelso was like cool, right?
Yeah.
Kelso was like the cool one. And homegirl was like the popular girl, Jackie. But then like they were in this place, in this thing where like Donna was hot. So like she was popular because she was hot. And then like Eric was just kind of Eric. but because he had his whole squad with him, it's like he was known. He wasn't like a bad looking dude. He had a car, so it's like they were kind of in the mix. They were kind of in the mix, right?
Yeah.
In this turn of events, it's like, I mean, he was always a nerd, but like nerds had just started to become a thing. Like Star Wars had just came out in the 70s.
Yeah.
Now the whole idea is that most of these people are outcasts who don't actually have anybody to really hang out with at school. That's why they just kind of hang out with each other, because who else are they going to hang out with?
Yeah.
They just kind of live by each other. So like Eric's daughter is like weird as shit because...
Well, it's supposed to be like... Have you ever seen Freaks and Geeks?
Yes.
So like that's the time that was actually the 90s. Freaks and Geeks. Well, I think they were supposed to be the 80s.
Regardless.
But regardless, that's
it is that vibe, that outcast vibe. So that's why like her best friend in the show is like very upset because she's like, who am I going to be cool with now that she's gone? Because like no one wants to fucking talk to me at school.
But I just
same thing. So basically, when this gay dude who's just out there being gay,
I don't have a problem with that.
Like, but everyone can already tell that.
Yeah.
Meaning that like probably no one else in the school is fucking with them like that.
Yeah.
So like they're the ones that are like, people already like don't fuck with us. We're kind of weird. So like we'll just hang out with this like other weird kid.
Yeah.
Which was the same thing with Fez, where Fez was like the weird kid.
So
who like people just went and he's like, you're funny. You could just hang out with us. Even though like you do things we don't agree with, because they were mad racist on that 70s show. Just,
they were.
All they called Fez was foreign.
Yeah.
Never fucking said what he was. They're like, Fez, you're foreign. I would never be with you.
No, like his name, the name Fez in the show, they literally explained the joke. It stands for foreign exchange student.
Yeah.
Like, because the joke is they can't say his name.
So yeah. So they like that whole idea, but they're still hanging out with them.
Yeah.
Even though they're being mad crazy. Here's what I think would be good.
Okay.
If they basically put that same formula and just made hella gay jokes.
That's what I'm saying.
Expense.
That's what I'm saying.
Like they'd still hang out with them, everything's all cool, but they just made hella gay jokes. It's like at his expense.
Right.
He just gets to just be mad gay out there,
right,
like doing theatrics and shit, and everyone's just like
no consequences, and everyone's
no consequences. He don't need consequences, but just like address it.
Yeah. But like,
bro, that's crazy for you to say he needs to be punished for that.
No, I'm just saying it was a different time, bro. You acting like everyone's been like this forever, and that's the problem. Is that everyone hasn't been like this forever, and even in some cultures, if you were to be acting like that, it'd probably be ostracized.
Can we also talk about what it is about these new age kid actors that always act in the same over dramatic way?
Yeah, it's just bad.
Like the dude, the sister, the brother of the dude that has that other long term girlfriend.
Yeah,
his like over exciting acting of like, I just don't understand that.
I don't
understand that.
Well, I think they wrote. That's the thing about it. Is that these characters have no depth. They're all surface level. They literally just check off Hollywood. Like now,
but it's only for 10 episodes. Maybe it's because they need more episodes to develop these characters.
Even in 10 episodes, I mean, bro, the Stranger kids got more depth in like
10 but that's episodes. Like an hour each episode.
Sure, but I'm just saying
these are like 22-minute episodes.
Either Netflix needs to give, and it's hard because Netflix is losing a lot of money. But it's like if they want to go into the sitcom world, it's like either they like give them more episodes and bring actual depth, or
I think this is a test. So basically everything that happens now, if you notice, anything that's popping is either a reboot or based on a book.
Right.
So
I mean, it's been like that for a while.
Right. So they're like, all right, a lot of people are going to watch at least the first episode off of pure nostalgia.
Yeah.
And then from there, you see the analytics of how many people stay to watch until the end. At that point, they will then decide, like whenever...
Is it worth pursuing?
Like second episode, I think second or third episode of House of Dragons, they announced, all right, bet they're getting picked up for season 2.
Yeah.
Because they saw the repeat. They're like, first episode, everyone's going to want to watch that because it's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Second, broke fucking HBO. And I think, second episode, all right, bet we'll pick it up.
I think it's like the same thing with How I Met Your Father, right? Like
came back for season 2?
Yeah, I know. Came back for season 2. I already watched episode 1.
I already watched it. I think episode 2 supposed to come out.
But we had the same critique where it's like this people, and maybe it's like,
Hillary Duff had the wagon.
No,
that's not the same thing we were saying.
No, we were saying that these people like.
Oh, I could have sworn we had.
No, we were talking about the fact that like you couldn't actually buy all of these people being friends. Where in like the original, it's
right,
like,
but at the same time, it's like sometimes, and this is where I wonder, like certain things put you in a place to where circumstances make you become friends. So, for instance, you ever been at work?
Yeah.
And you hanging out with someone you would never hang out with, like in regular life?
Yeah.
You're like, we work friends. It's crazy. Like, we're close. But I would have had no reason to interact with you had it not been for this situation that we're
I mean,
in.
it happened to you. You were like, bro, you like wear soccer jerseys in public. And you're like, I would have never spoke to you.
You've never worn. I've never seen you wear soccer jerseys.
No, I'm talking about like you would say that to someone.
Yeah. So, like, nowadays, if there's a show like Grey's Anatomy is the best example of that.
Okay.
Where, like, you can't buy these people being friends because on the low, sometimes they hate each other because they didn't choose to be friends. They just are working together for multiple extraneous hours a day. And now you've built a bond. And now in certain cases, well, you need a roommate and we live the same life. So let's just room together then.
Sure.
And so now you get these like,
but like, that's not the case here.
no, but meaning like sometimes if you write that situation in, so like with How I Met Your Father, not everyone just decided we're going to be friends. One person decided to date another person, so now they're in the group. And then this person just happened to live next to this person, so now they're in the group. And then this person, whatever the situation is, it's like usually like two friends. Like if you think of Friends, the sitcom.
I never seen it. Too Caucasian. I have levels to
We're
things
done
that I
having
allowed
this
in my life.
conversation, I think we've wrapped up this topic.
Same thing with Seinfeld. There's like levels of caucasity I can stomach, and I feel like Friends was one of it was like the one I couldn't get behind.
I am very disappointed in what I'm hearing right now. Let's move along. Yeah, I mean, chat, bro. What the fuck, dude? This crazy for you to even say some shit like that.
What?
These are the most iconic TV shows like in history.
I've seen most of them. I've seen The Office. I've seen Parks and Recreation. You know,
Parks and Recreation just sounds too Caucasian for me. I never got into it.
Well, there was more minorities in that than Friends.
I never watched it because Parks. Who be going to Parks?
Literally, you be going to parks all the time.
Yes, I be going to parks, but at the same time, when I be having fun, I never say that I'm having like recreational. I never use the word recreational. I mean, I used it right now for the sake of explaining what happened, but like in my normal conversation, the closest thing that anybody's saying recreational is drugs now.
That's what I was going to say.
Like straight up at this point, the only time you use the word recreational is like drugs.
The word drug is right behind it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it, like, or the name of the drug is right behind it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't even see people doing recreational activities that aren't drug related.
Yo, that's crazy.
I mean, with the word recreational.
Yeah.
Like, okay, think of an activity that you like to do right now. Would you tell someone, yeah, bro, I was like watching F1 recreationally the other day?
I mean, sure, you that's not how I talk, but like,
exactly, that's not the way you fucking talk. Who talks like that? Caucasians, okay? That's what I'm trying to fucking say. The way that you talk doesn't require you to say the word recreation without discussing drugs.
See, F1 ain't white, bro, because I don't say it recreationally.
No, but other people would be saying that.
Oh, okay.
Like, so what do you like to do in your free time? Well, recreationally, I like to watch F1. Like, I could see some boy saying that. Like, I could see a Connor saying that.
Yo.
Like, could you not?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Bro, like, you could see one of your boys in the office, like, by the water cooler talking about, like, yo, like, I went on a recreational hike with my wife the other day. Like, you could see that.
You don't go on hikes, dog?
The fuck, a hike? I go to a park, but I never, like, hike.
No, that's true, bro. I got tucked into this hike, bro. I regretted it.
They told you it was gonna be fun. I bet you, huh? They told you she was gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into a few. Let's get into a few other things because I want to talk about tech. I brought you here today so that we can discuss some things.
I'm fired from the podcast.
No, it's just something about when people I've unfortunately put essentials in a category of people now.
Okay.
And do you feel like back in the day, I feel like we was really like checking for things that were popping. Do you even know who's like up and coming out here? Like,
KidSuper.
I was about to say that. That's the only. That's
yeah.
the only one because now he done took Virgil's spot.
Yeah.
So I want to quickly talk about what that whole situation was. It was a very interesting thing for me because I'm seeing an actual change in fashion, and I'm seeing you not change.
I'm
just kidding. You're getting older, dog. I'm seeing older dudes wear essentials. That's all I'm saying.
Whoa.
I'm seeing older dudes that are cool wearing essentials.
That's what we are. We're almost 30.
I already saw a meme that goes, there's an A&R wearing an essentials hoodie talking about his music's cool, but he needs to get his TikTok social media presence up. That's the vibe I'm getting off you right now when I saw you walk in with this essentials. And I opened the door and I was like, I almost offered you a jacket.
That's fucked up.
No, it's a vibe. Like, I like it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I like it, but I just feel, okay. When you out in the business world, what shoes are you seeing on feet right now?
Dress shoes?
Nah, dude, I've been seeing on clouds out there.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Every professional
yes.
out here with the on clouds and the essentials jacket on.
I ain't gonna lie. Well, I was gonna say I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, I got a pair. I ain't gonna front.
Okay. Now that I made you say it, I want a pair, but not the running pair. I want like the Roger Federer. He's got an on cloud shoe. Tennis player. Cause yeah.
Okay. I should have known that.
It's called the Roger, and that's the one that your girl likes tennis. Bro, the Australian Open is happening right now. You know what you should watch with Alicia? She would appreciate this from you.
What?
You should be like, yo, babe. Because I love you and you're carrying our child who may identify however she chooses.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna say baby girl because that's bigoted of me to
crazy.
impose.
Right. For you to even assume.
Yeah. But I wanna treat you to a documentary you're gonna like. It's called Breakpoint. It's called Breakpoint, and it's a tennis documentary. The same guy that made Drive to Survive did it for tennis. It's fire.
I ain't never seen her watch a documentary in my life.
Yeah, but like you watch documentaries, so it's like something you like when you bring it into what she likes.
I only watch documentaries if they're on YouTube.
But like, see,
I only watch documentaries if Trap Lord Ross makes them.
See, look. But she's into true crime, which is always you always digest it in documentary form.
Yo, you're right. Yo, you're really helping me play the mental gymnastics right now because you're gonna be asking me all these questions.
Yeah.
You have to realize, like, I'm gonna be having to field all these questions.
Right. No, this is good. Yeah. Yo, has she talked to you about the Ohio murders yet?
I've been pretty deep in those Ohio murders.
Yeah,
she hasn't really been talking to me about them.
Avara has, she's been talking to me about it too.
What have you been finding out?
I don't know. It's just a super sad situation, but it's like that one. I think that one like really hit home to me because like that was literally us in NAC.
Just random people. You don't know exactly who's in and out.
Right. So like exactly because she lived in a house with a bunch of girls, and like usually I would be over there. So like I literally in my head I thought, okay, there was a girl with her boyfriend that were killed. I was like, damn, that could have been us because I was always like over there hanging out. And then, and sometimes there's other friends coming in and out. Yeah,
people are partying. You're not that vigilant in your head. Like, even here, like I hear a door open and close. I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not checking for who it is. You see somebody, and you're like, okay, I guess someone hooked up with someone.
It brings back again the thought in my head of like, do I need to be strapped? Yeah, I've genuinely have had this question so many times in my head.
Well, here's my thing.
And let me finish. I was talking to my dad, who like my real dad in Mexico, and he was a police officer in Mexico. Before he became a lawyer, he was a police officer. He made it to like some I guess the Mexican version of the FBI.
Okay.
And then he told me, he was like, if he's like, I understand what you're saying. Like what you're saying makes sense. Like he actually he told me my feelings were valid from a Mexican dad. I know, right? I guess when it comes to doing man stuff, my feelings are valid. He goes, no, yeah, like I totally get it. But he was like, I want you to understand that the second you get a gun and for the purpose that you want it for, you have to be okay with the fact that if the time comes to use it, you're gonna have to be okay with killing someone. Are you okay with killing someone? because he was like, if you buy it and the situation happens, it's kill or be killed. Because he was like, so someone breaks into your house, they're not in the right headspace. He was like, because if it was a normal person that breaks into your house, you show a gun, they're out. They're going to run away. But if it's someone who's not in the right headspace and they break into your house and they see you got a gun, well, then they blast in fat, you know? And he was like, so if you don't have that instinct on you, it may not be the best situation.
Right.
So he was kind of hitting me with the good guy with the gun doesn't always work unless you like got the balls to kill someone.
Did you hear about the story of the dog killing the person?
No.
So I think the gun was in the back of a truck. Dog was back there. Dog stepped on the gun, accidentally set the gun off, shot their owner in the back.
Oh, damn.
Very upsetting situation. Yeah, very, very upsetting. A lot of the comments
are hilarious.
Hilarious about if there was a good cat with the gun.
This would have never happened.
This would have never happened if there would have been a good cat with a gun.
Honestly, I'm surprised it was a dog that did the shooting.
Real talk.
Because,
cats be the ones.
Yeah.
Cats be the ones on that shit. But that's
especially on the back. Especially on the back.
So, that I just got to get that out there.
Mm-hmm.
That type of thing when it comes to gun safety, you need to, of course, make sure that, like, you know, you can think about whatever. You can't think about everything, but there's a lot of things about, like, you knowing where your gun is, you knowing, like, where to keep it in a safe place, you knowing who not, like, to keep it around. Mm-hmm. That's number one. Other thing, did you see that situation in Houston in the TAQUERIA?
What's TAQUERIA?
There's been the big situation where a dude comes in and sticks up the place. Right? Mm-hmm. Dude comes in, sticks up the place, tells everybody, give them their money. They all throw the money on the floor. They all have to give them their money. Mm-hmm. While the dude's turned around, sticking up other people, one of the guys at TAQUERIA takes his gun out, shoots the guy. Right? But doesn't just shoot the guy, unloads the clip on him, walks towards him as he's unloading the clip, and then puts another bullet, like, in his head as he's already down. So really fucks up his, like, self-defense case. Yeah. Really fucks his self-defense case up. Also, to find out once he sees and once he assesses the situation, he picks up the gun was fake. So then he's like, motherfucker. He gives everybody their money back. He gets the money from the floor. He gives everybody their money back and then takes the fuck off. All right? He's wanted for questioning. They question him. They don't charge him with anything. They're leaving it up to the grand jury to decide if he's going to get charged. Shit just looks mad crazy because it's a situation where you're like, well, this is one of those situations where you have a good guy with a gun doing something to help people, but then there's a lot of, so it's like, now it just looks crazy. But if you, but now the dude who got killed and who was trying to rob everybody, was on bail for attempted murder or murder. I think he was on bail for murder.
Not a good person.
And with a previous crazy criminal record.
Not a good person.
But at the same time, it's one of these situations where it's like, in Texas, I think having a gun with you is the safest thing because everyone can legally have a gun. So that's just is what it is now. So if you can have one, carry it with you so that at least you're protected also.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I felt so like... This is a scare. I've never felt this much fear inside of a Hobby Lobby.
Yo, it's a Christian store.
Yo, so no. We're at the checkout line. Homie in front of me is a white dude with messed up hair, army trench coat on, clearly not in the army, tactical boots on, and camo pants. You're telling me you're not terrified?
No, I mean I'm a little terrified. I go front.
Bro, I was literally...
Militia organization groups and shit, arts and crafts. Sounds mad crazy.
Right? Because it's like, you know when they're not in the army because it's like, if it was a person in the army, like in the actual United States Army... Because like there is...
Your hair would have been trimmed.
Your hair would have been trimmed. You're walking around with your actual like uniform. And because you could tell this is pieces he put together. This wasn't the actual uniform. Also... It was cold, but not that cold to wear a trench coat. So
it wasn't trench coat weather. It was more like light jacket weather.
Yeah. And I was like, well, if he's about to go hunting, why the fuck are you stopping at Hobby Lobby? You know?
I mean, maybe they got stuff.
I don't know. But, dude, like, the whole time he's checking out and we're behind them, I'm, like, trying to scoot me and Navarre back. And then, like, in the...
Be real, you ain't ever gotten behind her just to, like, save yourself?
No. And then, like... I literally like I just watched him get out of like the store, and then you know how most Hobby Lobbies are where they have like the big windows.
Yeah.
So I was literally following him in the parking lot, making sure he got in his car and got the fuck out. Not got in his car, came back. If I saw got in his car, came back in, I'm like, emergency exit, we out this bitch.
I ain't gonna front. One time, I thought a shooting was happening in the church. I almost ducked. I almost left my whole family standing. I almost left my whole family worshiping, dude. I dead ass was like, this ain't gonna be one of those religious
Shooting up the church.
Shooting up the church. One time, I was in a Ross. The power went out. I almost did
Hit the ground.
I almost took off.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, you weren't gonna worry about us. I said, if y'all weren't taking off behind me, that's on y'all.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck I'm supposed to be thinking quickly for everybody?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Follow my lead.
Yeah.
So I go in front. I don't know. I just want to put that out there. But with that, I do think that you want to make sure
Like,
that
I
you
can't
have proper gun safety.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't feel safe going to a movie theater nowadays.
Yeah, me either. I ain't going front. But at the same time, it's just things like that have happened in so many various places. So it's like, what? Now you can't go to the club. Now you can't go to the movies. Now you can't go to the grocery store. Now you can't go to public parks. Now you can't. So it's like
Walmart ain't
at this
safe.
point, it doesn't matter.
Which I guess you should have known Walmart wasn't safe.
I mean, it should be safe, dog. You should be able to go and buy some mangoes if you need mangoes, dog. Like,
Bro, why are you buying mangoes at Walmart? That's crazy.
well, I buy mangoes at HEB, but regardless.
Exactly. Like a normal person.
Regardless. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I had to pull up there, grab a pineapple or some shit like that, like, it should be fine for me to do.
Why are you saying produce? You don't buy produce at Walmart. You buy like random shit you like need on like
Okay, so maybe I need
a charger.
or maybe I'm there. No, I bought a charger on Amazon. I should mad expensive trying to buy it at Walmart. I may be there trying to buy a dye for a shirt or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or
If
you
you're
need
the
trash
right-
bags, you know.
You go to Target for that, dog, to be honest.
You go to Target for trash bags?
Nah, I mean,
And
I'll be honest, I'm HEB. I'm HEB all the way now. I've been kind of just straight HEB, you know, hebbing it up. But that's just what I be on. But, you know what I mean? Like,
We need a
sometimes...
Mi Tienda like in Houston. They have it in Pasadena, but we're like,
No, I've seen Mi Tiendas around here.
but like where? Because I need to pull up.
I don't know. But what I really, if I'm trying to be on that vibe, I really just go to El Rancho.
That's facts.
To be honest, I would not far down the street, dog. It's the spot. Like, really,
No, I
like,
know.
It's
I understand.
the spot.
Hey, I hear you.
You know, it's like you don't know until you know.
No, I know.
And so I do think as someone who is in Texas, you should just, you know, keep one on you. Keep the glizzy hard. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, clutch some glizzies with the fellas.
Yo, okay, we talk about that lyric, bro.
It's a crazy ass lyric, right?
Like like how we were talking about the Sister song that we both really like out for new album, and it's like you
the
can't,
whole Sis album is just great, but like
this song in general, you just can't like vibe. You can't sing it. You can't sing along to it. It sounds
no,
crazy.
like you ever try to be like fucking on my ex because he validate me, and you're like, what the fuck? That's crazy. You're like smoking on the back because I miss my ex. Now I'm ovulating and I need rough sex, and you're like, girl, can we just like sing something normal?
Yeah.
Like, can we just sing something like,
Yeah.
you know, just that old Dirty Bastard song? She was kind of spitting.
Yeah,
We're talking about how
yeah.
she was hella spitting.
Yeah, you're like, yo, can we just talk about something normal, like spinning on your ops or something?
Well, she says she's not spinning on her ops, but she's got like people that spin for her, I think.
Yeah.
She's like, I got a couple shooters out there kill about me though. She said, I got a couple that's outside that kill about me though. I'm like, who's killing about you? Okay. Damn. Anyways, you was with Drake back in 08? That's crazy. So, but you know what I mean? And then every time you just hear X, you're like, is Drake the X? And you're like, nah, Drake ain't the X. Drake been like, yo, I've been banging this SZA album too. Everyone just been like, yo, man, this SZA album going crazy right now. It really is.
We were actually going to turn this episode into a react video to Yachty's album, which
Already off song 1?
insane.
Insane. I ain't heard the rest though. Song 1 though?
Yeah. It's one of those albums that I love that honestly is going to get just thrown into hip hop like Igor did. But it's clearly not a hip hop album.
I just hope enough people listen to it because I didn't care. I wasn't really caring to listen to it at first.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of like,
Now
yo.
I'm excited. Like when on my way back home, I'm blasting this.
So that's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
But you were saying?
I think that's it. I think that's a wrap for today.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think we got what we need.
ChatGPT.
I know we were on a thought, and I don't know where I went, but
Yeah.
that thought's just going to go into the ether.
Yeah. If we didn't remember it, it wasn't important. But yeah, ChatGPT, hit us up. You know, whoever made it.
Actually, can I tell you, I'm actually very upset with ChatGPT right now.
Why?
I'm on the wait list.
They waitlisted you?
I tried to go and hop on for something. This was, we hella booked right now. Like, people hella using this app right now. And then to hold me over, it just fucking gave me a thing. It says, ChatGPT, tell me a joke about this situation. Bitch wrote a whole ass stand-up bit about how I'm just sitting there waiting. So I had to put my name in the fucking email, put the email out, and I'm going to get emailed when it's cool to use it again. I needed something at that moment.
So does this open up the space for more AIs?
Because can I tell you embarrassingly why I was on ChatGPT to begin with?
Was it something you couldn't Google or like what?
I was trying to ask the chat what would be a good, funny, creative Instagram caption for my baby announcement. I was like, yo, I'm gonna need AI to
I have my baby announcement on lock, and just know you'll know. I can't tell you because it'll ruin it, but like,
did you like the little picture we put together?
I did. It was cute. I reposted it.
It was a cute picture.
Yeah,
we worked hard. Putting it all.
I saw a vision.
I was like putting.
No, I saw it. I was
physically
proud.
put the words in there, so like, it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing. But
I posted it. Said proud of the homies.
ChatGPT, let me back in. I got questions.
So we doing the man shower or what's up?
I mean,
the bro shower.
Let me know.
Just bro showering.
Let me know, dog. Let me know. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
like, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
You, me, Seth.
That's what I'm saying.
Roman, a shower.
Not Lewis.
Yeah, I didn't say that. Why are you trying to spark up some beef that
no, I'm
never
just
been
saying. I know he ain't gonna ever listen to an episode to the end like this. Okay. Tell your Theos that we out here being reckless, being disrespectful, speaking on behalf of them.
We out here. We love y'all.
We here. Bye.